In this video, we're going to look at an application problem that will utilize some of the methods or techniques that we use to solve right and oblique triangles. So here's the problem. The Freedom Tower is to be the centerpiece of the rebuilding of the World Trade Center in New York City. The tower will be 1,776 feet tall, and it won't include the broadcast antenna. The angle of elevation from the base of an office building to the top of the tower is 34 degrees, and the angle of elevation from the helipad on the roof of the office building to the top of the tower is 20 degrees. So the problem then, part A, to the nearest foot, how far away is the office building from the Freedom Tower? How tall is the office building? So here's a drawing of the situation. So here on the left, say this is the office building, and over here we have on the right is Freedom Tower, and this little part on top in red is the antenna. The tower is 1,776 feet tall. We want to know the distance from the office building to the tower. So you want this distance here, x, and we also want, we're going to need to find this length right here. So we're looking at two triangles here basically. So it's this triangle right here, and then down here, and then this is the base of the triangle. So we need this hypotenuse right here. That's a right triangle. So I'm going to call this y here. And then say on the left here, this is the height of the office building. We need that. This will be z. So first let's find y. We have the length of the opposite side, and we need the length of this base right here. So let's use the tangent. So we're looking at the right triangle right here. So the tangent, okay, this angle right here, this triangle here is 34 degrees. So the tangent of 34 degrees. So we're dealing with a right triangle here. It's the opposite, which is 1776, over the adjacent, so that's x. So if I multiply through by x, and then divide by tangent of 34, then x will equal to 1776 divided by the tangent of 34 degrees. We're dealing with degrees here, so my calculator is in degree mode here. So I simply have then 1776. And I'm going to divide that by the tangent of 34. And that's 2,633 or 2,633. X is equal to then, to the nearest foot, 2633. Now I need the length of this hypotenuse right here. So I know then that y squared, using the Pythagorean theorem, should equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So that should be 2633 squared plus 1776 squared. And then we want to find y. So 26, 33 is going to be squared. And we're going to have a plus 1776. That'll be squared. Hit enter. So y then should equal to the square root of that. So we'll go to find my square root. And I want the square root of this number right here. So I'll hit second key here, and then answer. I'm taking the square root of the answer. So y then, rounded off, should be 3176. Round that off to the nearest foot. 3,176. So we find the first part here, the distance from the office building to the tower is 2633 feet. Now the next thing we need then is how tall is the office building. That would be z. So now we're going to go to the other triangle. We know that by the diagram here, this angle right here is 90 degrees. This angle right here is 20 degrees. So this whole angle right here for this triangle in blue here is 110. So this angle right here is 56 degrees. Because you have a right angle right there. And this right here is 34 degrees. So 34 from 90 is 56. So now we have this angle here to be 110, this one here to be 56. And that means that this angle right here then has to be 14 degrees. Everything checks out there. So now we just need side Z. So let's do this then. The side opposite 110 is Y, which is 3176. So here I'm going to use the law of sines. 3176. That'll be divided by the sine of the opposite angle, which is 110. And then the side opposite 14 degrees here is, of course, is the side I want, Z. So this will be Z over the sine of 14 degrees. So if you multiply both sides by the sine, degrees, this here would cancel, and then on this side you'll be multiplying by the sine, 14 degrees. So then the value of Z then would be 3176 multiplied by the sine of 14 degrees, and we'll go ahead and compute that out, hit enter. And then we're going to divide that by the sine 110. So we get Z to the nearest foot then would be 818. And that's feet. So the building is 2,633 feet away from the tower, and then the height of the building is 818 feet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.